Alright guys, here's a little review of this new pretty much double din. I wanted to do a budget stereo system. Here's a brand, Rayco Sound. Here's the model, RK7157G, straight out of China. So far I've had it for like about 2 weeks now, and so far so good. The only thing I don't like, a couple of things. One, the reception on the radio. It'll go in and out sometimes. Doesn't really have really good reception. Could be my area, could be the stereo itself, don't really know. So far as that, Bluetooth on it connects. That I do like. My phone connects right away as soon as I get in the car. Takes about well, not right away I should say. It takes about a second or two, then connects. As you can see, it is connected now, but obviously I'm recording on my phone, so I won't be able to show you that. I can probably show you another video if you like. Just if you comment, I can show you. Home button. Here, show you all the features: radio, Bluetooth, GPS, USB, card, auxiliary, and then up phone link, settings, chargers, wallpapers. There's a USB there, auxiliary, SD card. There's the GPS card. GPS is it's okay. I haven't tried it really out yet. So here it is, pretty much. That's a little slow, but I haven't really tried it out yet. So let's see, one other thing. Some other thing. The clock. I've been having a lot of problems with the clock. If it's staying the correct time. I found here, if you leave it, if this GPS auto update is on, it won't let you adjust the clock. You can obviously, right now, since I have it off, it will let me adjust it. But if you have it on, as you see, it changed the time, and it won't let you change the time. That's what when I first installed the stereo, that's the problem that I had. I was like, how do you change it? And I had to go through a bunch of videos, a bunch of articles, to try to find out that here you have to have the GPS auto off, or the GPS auto update off, so you can go in here and change the time. As you can see. Sorry about that. So yeah, so just make sure, if you have this model or something similar, make sure the auto GPS update is off so you can modify the time. One other thing, if you do have this model, the uplink for the phone, make sure you go to this little option here. It's gonna ask you for, or actually then you do the adjust, is gonna ask you for a pin, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then hit enter. Go here, go down. Sorry, the sun reflection. Okay, so right here where it says MHL, make sure that's on. Okay, for the uplink for your phone. So we go back to the options, and then here, as you can see, this will pop up. And then on your phone, if you guys like, I can try to put up another video showing you exactly the steps on how to do it. But obviously on your phone, you have to set up an option about third market forget the name. But anyways, developers, sorry. Like turn off a feature for the developers on the phone to allow a third party. Once you have it set up on your phone, you can connect it via the USB and it'll do an uplink. If you guys like, if you guys comment, let me know. I'll try to do another video on that, but for now it's just pretty much an overall review of this stereo. The Bluetooth is, like I said, it's pretty good. Reverse, I did set up the reverse. I'll show you real quick. As you can see, it works really good. I'll show you the way I set it up. There's the camera. So the way I did it is I have the wires running inside this back, the back here, and then I ran it through the through this. There's like a sort of like a, not a conduit, but like a space here that I have it going down here, and then going in through this rubber hose. I ripped it, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it, kind of dark, but I went in through here, went through this back here, and then ran it all the way across the bottom to the front. Here, one second, I'll show you the wiring the way I did it. Alright guys, again, here's the camera. This piece right here, this piece can be removed. There's a little hole somewhere right here, so you can run the wires through there. The way you remove the top, there's screws. There's one there. I'm sorry, there's one there. There's 4 screws, which is that one, that one, that one, and there's another one. Oh, right here where the wiring's at. There's one right there. So I grounded it off the camera here. I'll pull the wiring out. I just stuffed it in there. Okay. So this yellow one goes to the stereo, and it has a power wire or a signal wire, and then this goes to the camera for the lights, I believe the LED lights, so you have your power and ground. So what I did, so I didn't tape it. I know you guys are gonna be like, whoa, he taped it. No, there's a butt connector right there. I just use this so it won't move or anything. So I have the ground here, and then I have the power wire connected to the signal wire for the that runs next to the video that goes through the front. So as you can see, it goes in here. I ran it, the way I ran it was I used a hanging wire that you hang your clothes, that I fished through here, and it goes through this tube in here. As you see, I kind of ripped it because of the RCA was kind of big, and there's already obviously the wire harness in there originally, so I kind of ripped it, but I used some type of glue. I was able to glue it back together, so now it's okay, I guess. But this is honestly, it's like a DIY. All right, so I went through there, and then it comes, I removed these plastics and went down here. Let's see if I can see it. Somewhere in there. So obviously it runs right here, and then it goes down, and then it runs along the floor. So that's how I ran the wiring for the reverse camera. And on the back of the stereo, there's actually a pink wire. Let's go to the front. So on the back of the stereo, there's a pink wire that we need to connect to the harness. This is the harness that I purchased, C2R FRD1 for Ford models. It helped out a lot because previously I hadn't bought this specific wire harness. I just used a regular, pretty much a regular harness. This is a box that it came in. As far as the stereo, I think I have the one that I used previously. It's kind of hard with one hand holding the camera in the other. So this is, here it is. So this is a harness that I used before, and everything worked fine, but the stereo would not turn off after I would shut off. I couldn't find like the accessory cable from this harness. It didn't have it. Everything else were perfectly fine, other than it wouldn't shut off. So I had to actually shut it off manually. So obviously that's not what I wanted. I wanted something sort of original. So now, with like the original stereo, if you shut off the car, so right now it's on. If I shut off the car, it turns off. So the other feature that it has from the new wire harness that I installed, oh, that's the other cool feature. As you can see, there's a feature on here that you can actually set it to whatever model car you have. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, I set it to obviously Ford. I have Ford Escape.
Connect you with local employers. Let us help you build a future.
So yeah, so the other feature that I like is obviously you turn off your car and it stays on. Obviously not. Oh, the reason why it's not staying on is because I have the rear hatch open. I just figured it out. It's like, wait a minute, why isn't it staying on? Okay, so let's try this again. Let's try this again. I have the hatch closed, the doors closed, car's on. Turn it off. It stays on until I open the door. Shuts off. So that's the other feature that obviously that didn't work where I had this little harness set up. So I had to go and purchase this harness so I can have that capability, and that also helped me with the reverse camera. So I'll show you behind the stereo. Oh, the other kit also, I bought this kit to make stereo fit, but the only downside is that the stereo was too big and this little frame was too small. So I had to grind down all around with a Dremel to make it fit flush, or else the stereo would have fit a little bit in the back, but this knob was sort of hitting the side of this frame, so I had to grind down all the way around to make it nice and flush. Sort of expected, since this is aftermarket, so I wasn't really expecting anything to fit perfectly fine. So let me go ahead and also, I kind of ordered the wrong color. As you can see, this was supposed to be gray, but it came in black. But I said, what the heck, let's go with something new. So I painted this top piece, and I also painted this bottom piece here, painted in black.